Yo, what up? DJ Wild Body. Yeah, we proceed. Pre-show, we in the building. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You know how we do. Grown Folks Hour, we back. Rocking out till 7. You get your popcorn, go to dinner. Go to your feast.
Tell me, is the love there after so many years gone? I should've called you off the gate instead of going off. Should've heard it from the horse's mouth, the info was flawed. 7 years passed, apologizing was not hard. You never lost a piece to my heart, shit, the grip was tight. After we talked, I shed tears on my pillow. Made out to be a rough night, contemplating what I've done, damn. So many regrets in my life, sharp blade on the counter. I'm staring at the handle, scared to pick it up. The blood spill will lead to confessions. I'm scared to pick it up. The blood spill will lead to confessions. I'm scared to pick it up. The blood spill will lead to confessions. I'm scared to pick it up. The blood spill will lead to confessions. I'm scared to pick it up. The blood spill will lead to confessions. I can't handle. Scared that I'm proud. I'd rather swallow wax from a burning candle. My life is shambles. It's a problem. No, I'm the problem. Depriving myself of love. Dumb enough to feel like somebody robbed. Nobody did though. You did what you had to do. I have no right to be hostile. I want to send you pages full of text instead. I'm turning pages in the Bible. I'm finding God so I can find me. Reinvent myself. In the back of my mind, I still see you flying high with me. Or maybe it's fever dreams, emotionally driven, strange visions that you were still here with me. Snap back to reality, realize that I am doing fine until I hit the bed. The empty space plays my mind. You find your motor while I'm still trying to oil mine.
Let's go.
Listen, life is about lessons. They don't teach you how to learn them though. So, can you tell me where did the love go? When did you replace your heart with a black hole? Can you tell me where did the love go? Life is about lessons. They don't teach you how to learn them, no. So, can you tell me where did the love go? When did you replace your heart with a black hole? Can you tell me where did the love go? Is it lost forever? Can we get it back? Love is so strange, a powerful thing, and we get lost in that. Heart beating fast, it's hard to stave off this harsh attack. Yet we choose to believe that we can. How insane is that? Stuck in the same cycle, praying for new results. But when it comes to the hurt and pain, you carry the bulk. While sitting sulk, you have a weight on your shoulders that makes it hard to walk. Fuck it, you soldier through it. Nobody really cares, and you already knew it. It's sad. Would I deal with this between me and the Lord in heaven? I'll be damned if I let another use my pain as weapons. I'm fine, don't ask me questions, you're toxic. Crazy how you view your presence as a blessing. Just seeing you as me stressing. Get me out of your mind, I want no part of where your head's been resting. Love is so conditional. When you tell them no, they say fuck you and start to ridicule. If not, they treat you like you're invisible. Life is about lessons, they don't teach you how to learn them though. So, can you tell me where did the love go? When it
I know you like the way I walk, the
Money
way
round.
I move and the way I talk. I'm so fly,
Young Spank.
I'm so cool.
Supreme.
Got my handshakes whenever
Swagger.
I come through. I know
Little
you
classic.
like the way I flow. You like my style and you like my clothes. I'm all about this bread, so I gotta get this dough. It's money over bitches, nigga, friend to foe, friend to foe. It's just my swagger, my swagger, swagger. You like my swagger, my swagger, swagger. You love my swagger, my swagger, swagger. It's just my swagger, my swagger, swagger.
My prototype so patterned and decisive. I'm God of the universe through knowledge and enlightenment, so move slow. Evaluate life's triteness, methodical, meticulous with exact preciseness. I'm influential when I speak from my mind. I breathe heat, spit fire, flood the streets with my line. Now lean back with greenbacks, desert heat, I'm flawless. Exclude the hypocrites, reinstate the enforcers. I'm clutch when it's crunch time, I embrace my endorsements. Homage to my niggas still grieving from losses.
I'm so fly, I'm an insect, I testify that no pesticide can infect this guy. I've been sick with the mad cow. I am my cash cow.
The preservation. Here we go.
Come on, to the break of dawn. Come on, where these rappers going? Come on, to the break of dawn. Come on, where these rappers going? Yo, new installment, yo, the word is up. Same as it ever was. Make the finest lady shake their vertebrae. You be falling, you'll be murdered up. Flame is how my verbs erupt. Brother, grab the zipper, like the herbals up. Make your life obsolete, so don't push it. The brother that dish mad crack, but never took it. The mumbling, ugly shit, can't overlook it. I level out, straighten these cats, they flows crooked. Meter, yo look, I robbed the gravy train. Feature these MCs, no hooks, these rappers ain't gon' bang. We the people, straight up and down like church steeple. Equivalent to diesel for the old and feeble. Look at here, you best to ride prepared for this. First come, first serve, we ain't playing pair with kids. I asked Swift, what's the next move? He said kill, cutting niggas off as if I were electric bill. Come on, to the break of dawn. Come on, where these rappers going? Come on, to the break of dawn. Come on, where these rappers going? Come on. Yeah, the preservation. Yo. Hey, yo, heavy bravado. I get the pussy like Demi Lovato. Semi-automatic tearing through your audio. Custom motto, you know the motherfucking motto. Blazing up a Dutch already clutching on a bottle. Blue ribbon pap shit, spitting true fact shit. A lot of fake MCs really don't be living this rap shit. Hey yo, miss me with that whack shit. Sit back, relax, about to twist me up a fast split. The preservation, preserving, Durban, the sacred. Suckers try to take it and burn. We can however you want it broken. Cats try to battle on stage and storm. DJ Wide Body.
Get 'em all. See all them type of niggas let a blind man touch you. For that experience, your mind's like cash. Nuttier than a bag of limelight assholes. Straight out of Stitchitar, your kind might snatch you. Hard the type of niggas let a blind man touch you. For that experience, your mind's like cashew.
DJ Wide Body, this is a public service announcement. Yeah, volume is super low. You ain't got the volume on, B.
One's not on.
I just turned it on YouTube. I can't hear nothing. I got the TV all the way up.
About now.
Your presence, that's 150 proof. Ain't got no pity. I pray to lead them in shitty conditions to make them busy.
Get
That's
up.
just me when I step down the booth. Truth be told, in the pit to stash the O's. You hit a wall, nut, trip, be
can't dispose of disappointment. Spit them seeds to grow. I'll make your dame name Hazel from Brazil, ho. And she's a plain Jane, sweet and salty payday. Shorty flawed and faulty, but I hear she got a great brain. And that's insane, man. Keep it on the grave train. Keep on capping. We gon' see you clapping while you playing games.
Yo, Taz. Spaz for real. In my bag, I'm talking that smash and grab. I need the Snickers. I am not myself around these niggas. I am hungry. And for that payday, I pull the trigger, make them.
Y'all them type of niggas let a blind man touch you. For that experience, your mind's like cashew. Y'all them type of niggas let a blind man touch you. For that experience, your mind's like. Y'all them type of niggas let a blind man touch you. For that experience, your mind's like cashews. Nuttier than the bag of lime like assholes. Straight out of Stitcher, your kind might snatch you. Hard to tell them idiots, them rhymes ain't got you. But use a silly bitch, them tricks all mound you. Hey nutty buddy, gritty committee, you muddy our cities with just your presence, that's 150 proof. Ain't got no pity, I pray to lean them in shitty conditions to make them pissy. That's just me when I slip out of the booth. Truth be told, in the pit to stash the O's.
Scientific, marvelous arsonist. Duck when the guy spit is arsenic. Autistic, retarded, cold-hearted shit. Off with his head for arguing. His whack MC season and I'm going hunting. You're the target, man. Often I snap and start to snatch hearts. So back off it before auctioning body parts. Try to latch on the words of this authentic marksman. Thoughts blend and form the skills I harness. Step inside my office. Hear them dogs barking. I'm all pit. Locked on your mind. I can't get off it. Holy feed me that raw shit. Cause you are what you eat. I'm lost in the beat. There's laws in the street you must follow. I'm off limits. My thought speed's endless. Dropping fire embers. The type of nigga you admire my existence. My rhymes bend your dentures and inches your appendix. I'm a gold medalist in this rap Olympics. Hurdle the track. I swim through flows and toss verses like a javelin across distances you can't imagine. Jabbing your skin with magical hymns and street anthems. Grabbing men. Attack them back. Smack them. Give them aspirins. I masturbate words. The verse is the orgasm, bitch.
Somebody help me. See, I assume to just hop on this track and spaz out. Lash out, cast out, doubt, whatever that's about. Cause I'm a beast, I'm a monster, a villain. Contrary to any belief, devour that power to cower words together. I'm not the first, the better, but worth the endeavor to lend me your ears and hear these letters. Thirsting for pleasure, that's a burst of his energy. Synergy with his pen and he's heavenly with this melody. Enemies best beware of him. Forced to be reckoned with heckling, conscious tampering. Evidence, I'm a hammer, that's hammering relevance. Knock 'em, and you the nail, I won't fail to tell you about your flaws. But I hail from the time of the tuck tail. You get the balls, claws out, that sawed off, or saw y'all in half and leave your seesawed on the grass. I foresee, I seen y'all under that, and that 6 feet, the maggots feast all on your ass. So please believe me, you're seasoned up like a seizure. Caesar, be the toughest among you, season class. My season is past. Oh no, oh no. Somebody help me.
Yo, I hope you niggas watch your tongue, or get something sharp in your lung, or get derailed and impaled by a trident. I'm God Poseidon, bitch niggas can run, but there ain't no hiding. Now, why throw stones what you hide in your hand? That'll get you fucked up, you could die where you stand. Beat your ass in front of your niggas like that is your man. They be like, nah fam, turn they back and they ran. But you say you run with killers, silverback gorillas. They like fake ass, tough skin, all fillers. So I dare one of you niggas to try to interfere. What I'm doing here, let's get one thing clear. Yo, I'm not your friend, your homie, or your partner. You ain't a thug, a goon, or a mobster. Don't choose violence with DOM's finest. It's Fields, nigga, but you could call me your highness. So be silent.
Somebody help me.
een opmerking, een...
Ten, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Yo, what's going on? Sorry for the technical difficulties. Zoom defaults. Sound was a little low in the pre-show. My apologies. What's going on? Once again, it's about that time again. Talk that stuff. That's right, the Grown Folks Hour here on the 20th day of November. Welcome everybody coming through the panel. Shout out to the chat. What's going on? Before we get started, let's meet the panel. Let's meet the panel. Yeah. Up first, from Flint, Michigan, Flint's finest, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Rod Wallace.
What up? What up? Y'all hear me good?
Yes, sir.
What up?
Up next, from Jersey, AP finest, Bishop stand up. Now in the Atlanta area, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the hustler himself, See Me Hustle. Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? Joey Bless. Kyra. Michelle. Up next from Jersey as well, AP stand up, Bishop's in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Sunray Beats. Next from BX, stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the comrade, Taz Uno. From Jersey, let's give it up for this sister right here, Spitfire. Let's give it up for Miss Monica Donato.
Peace.
And I am DJ Wild Body, and this is Talk That Stuff, this 20th day of August. Man.
That's a long intro, man.
What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? What's going on?
What's good?
Oh man, DJ Wild Body in the building here. We have Talk That Stuff this 20th day of November. Before we get started, you know what we like to do. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Deneen Weiss, Joey Bless, Michelle Nobles. Kyrie, let's go. What's going on, Monica? You there? Appreciate it.
You are not you know what's her name, bro? Thank you.
Kyra.
Come on, Taz.
Say Kyra, right?
Come on, bro.
No, you said Kyrie, yo.
Thank you, Taz. Like
Kyra. Like Shira.
You
Kyra.
had a few weeks. You had a few weeks now to get it right.
Hey, I'm running off of fumes here. Kyra, what's going on? How you doing? Kyra Ville. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Kyra Villes. Kyra, I'm not good with the K's, man. Forgive me, man. All right, man, before we get started, I'm not good with the A's and the Y's. I get it, man. I'm just, like Nori said, I'm dyslexic, yo. I'm just dyslexic. All right, before we get started, we're going to go ahead and do the primetime NFL scores and get that out the way so we can get to business. There we go. What's going on? NFL scoreboard real quick for those who would like to know. We're going through sports right now. We're going to do NFL. Right now, in the fourth, 16 seconds to go. The Raiders and the Broncos are all tied up at 16 apiece. Right now, right, Denver, who has the ball? I think the Raiders have the ball. Anyways, man, that game's going down to the wire. David Carr has 239 yards, 1 touchdown. Moving along in the fourth. Oh, that's why Monica's happy. The Vikings and the Cowboys. Cowboys go up to Minnesota to take on the Vikings, and the Cowboys are putting in work right now. The Cowboys up on the Vikings, score 40-3. Dak Prescott, 22 for 25, 276 yards, two TDs. T. Pollard, 15 carries for 80 yards. T. Pollard, also running back, 6 receptions for 109 yards, 2 TDs. Looks like Cowboys going to win that one. 10 minutes to go, though. In the fourth, right now, the Bengals and the Steelers. The Bengals, they're up on the Steelers 27-23. Burrow, 275 yards, 3 TDs. Najee Harris, 69 yards, 1 TD. And Higgins, 148, 9 receptions. Tonight, 8:20 game, Chiefs and the Chargers. Chiefs away, LA. In the final, in Atlanta, track was just clearing out. The Falcons, they beat the Bears 27-24. Justin Fields, 14 for 21, 153, 1 TD. Wow. Again, we got a final here in Buffalo as well. I think they played this game in Detroit. The Bills, they beat the Browns, scored 31-23. Brissett, 324 yards, 3 TDs. Singletary, 86 yards, 18 carries. Amari Cooper, 113 yards with 2 TDs. Oh, man. In Indianapolis, Jeff Saturday, new coach, Colts welcoming the Eagles. And the Eagles, they escaped town with a win. The Eagles 17, the Colts 16. Matty Ice, 23 for 32, 213 yards. Jalen Hurts, 15 carries for 86 yards rushing. And Smith, 78 yards, 6 receptions. So the Eagles get the win. Jets and the Patriots, it's a low-scoring game. The Patriots beat the Jets, scored 10-3. Mac Jones, 246, 23 for 27. Harris, 8 carries for 65 yards. And Stevenson, 6 receptions for 56 yards. Patriots 6-4, Jets 6-4. Moving on, the Big Easy, New Orleans. The Saints, they're welcoming the Rams. Saints, they beat the Rams 27-20. Andy, Red Cannon Dalton, 20 for 25, 260 yards, 3 TDs. Akers, 14 carries for 61 yards. The Saints, man, they beat the Rams. That's not good. Saints 4-7, Rams 3-7. Moving along, the Giants. Oh, my God. They welcome the Detroit Lions into town. I got a text from Wallace earlier saying, hey, don't worry, the Lions always figure a way to mess it up. But, Wallace, we always mess it up too, man, so that kind of cancels each other out. The Lions beat the Giants on the road. Score Lions 31, the Giants 18. Daniel Jones, 341 yards, 1 TD. Jackson for Detroit, 66 yards, 9 carries. Jim Robinson, 100 yards and 9 receptions. Giants 73, Lions 4-6. Congratulations to the Lions. In Baltimore, DMV, Ravens welcome the Panthers. Ravens take care of business. Ravens 13, Panthers 3. Wow, good job. The Commanders, they beat the Texans 23-10. In Thursday night's game, we all know the Titans beat the Packers 27-17. Tannehill, 333 yards, 2 TDs. Derrick Henry, 28 carries for 87 yards. And Burks, 7 receptions for 111 yards. And this Monday night game this week, the Arizona Cardinals, they welcome in the 49ers, the red-hot 49ers. They are 5-4. Without getting too many stats, that is it for Talk That Stuff, NFL scores and stats. Go ahead and jaw through that, man. I told you they would beat us, Wallace. Told you, man.
Hey, listen, when Swift walked that boy in, I was like, okay, I think it's over. But
shout out to y'all, man.
Here's what happens. The Giants score, the Lions turn it over. It's 21-24.
Right.
And then anything goes with 5 minutes left. But he made it 31-6 or whatever. I was like, okay, well, I guess that's it.
Oh, happy birthday, Michelle Nobles. Happy birthday to you. Man, I wish I'd have known I would have played something. I think I seen a post. But happy birthday. Everyone get a chance to give Miss Nobles a happy birthday shout out. Kyra.
Happy birthday, BFF.
JSU is undefeated. Shout out to JSU. Dion getting it done over there. Jackson State.
Yes, he is.
11-0. Go prime time. Shout out to
Yes,
him,
he
Joey
is.
Bless. Good to have Joey Bless. Long time. Joey Bless, a good dude, man. Good to see you, man. Long time. So, yeah, we're here today. Got a lot to talk about. Something I want to bring up real quick. Damn. I forgot. So, how's everybody doing, man? Sorry the things took too long. I just got off. So, kind of got a new schedule now. So, I'm running on fumes, but we're still the show must go on. We're having in the pre-shows, the audio, I think when I updated Zoom, it went back to default. For those of you that use Zoom with your computer, you know that the input sound, there's a setting you can do in it. What it does, it goes all the way down. It was on auto, so that's why you didn't hear some of the music like you would want to hear. So slight error. Hopefully we can get that fixed next week and be back into business. So cool. All right. So how's everybody doing out there? A lot to talk about today. How you doing, Miss Jewel? How you doing?
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
give your business a shout out, please, for those that don't know. Please.
You hear me, bro?
Yes, I do. Loud and clear.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had a technical difficulty just now.
Not a
You
problem.
tapped me in. What'd I do?
Tell them about your business. Hey, Mom. Mom's in the chat. What's going on?
Hey, my angel. Oh, you talking about empanadas, wings, and things?
Let's go.
I have to thank everybody for their support. If you liked the page, if you follow the page, if you shared the page, thank you so much. If you ever ordered anything from me, feedback is always welcome. I appreciate you. I have to tell you, man, I really have zero complaints, bro. It's one of the best decisions I ever made for myself. I've been in corporate since I dropped out of nursing school. I've been in corporate ever since 2001. And I really started at the bottom and climbed my way up the corporate ladder and was very blessed and fortunate to be in a leadership role. But when you get that tap on the door, thank you, I appreciate it. When you get that tap on the mental door that tells you it's time for you to do what's best for you and yours.
Right.
I took off in September and I'm never looking back. So God willing, food truck on the way, business storefront on the way. Keep supporting me. I appreciate you. I ship worldwide. I freeze it. I bring it to you. I'm in Neptune like every week. I'm in Neptune delivering orders every week. Bro, you see Linnea just posted a video talking about she bit her damn tongue. Eating the damn empanada,
that
bro.
It's good when you bite your tongue.
Hey, yo,
Yeah,
not to
man.
cut you off, Monica.
What?
Right now, if I'm watching YouTube, I would love to see anyone outside of Wide Body. You know what I'm saying? I would love to be able to see anybody on the panel.
Malcolm.
outside of Wide
Malcolm.
Body.
You're not
Oh,
gonna
look at
start
that.
shit
How
already,
about
man.
that?
You're not
How about
starting
that? Look at that.
You're
Isn't
not
that
gonna
nice?
start it on my
Isn't that
podcast,
nice?
bro. Let me tell you something, bro. Not starting that right now, bro.
Hey, yo, I left you 2 messages, bro.
Come on, Malcolm. Shut that shit up, bro, dog. Yeah, you, dog. You. Be quiet, man.
What up, though? What up, though, people?
Please
That's
shut up,
funny.
Malcolm.
That's funny.
Let me start.
That's
See
funny,
you out
bro.
here,
I
man.
left the dude 2
Hey,
messages.
you
right?
always
To try
do
to
that.
say-
You hit me on the
2
chat, bro. You ain't got to
messages?
bring that to the group, man. God damn it. You can't help yourself, can
I
you?
gave him a chance.
Damn, just hit me on the
I gave
chat,
a chance,
man.
I did.
Hey,
Oh, I'm
can
sorry.
I ask y'all a
Look at the
question?
chat,
Can
bro.
I ask y'all a question? Anybody, now it's common for some people to fall going down the steps, but do anybody fall going up the
I
steps?
seen it. I seen it from my own
If I'm
eyes.
wearing slides, I do fall up the steps. I'm wearing
Hey,
slides. That's why I
hey,
wear
Rick.
slides like that.
Hey, Ricks, how the fuck did I just fall going up the steps and broke my fucking jar of fucking sangria? I'm so
Oh,
mad.
dang. That was a
Shout
hard
out to
fall.
Monica
And
for
then,
falling up the steps.
yeah, yo, I think my finger broke.
I did it before too, Monica. I broke
Hey.
something. I won't say what it was, but I broke something.
Yo, but can I tell you this?
I did the same.
I look left and right like who the fuck saw me, yo? I'm looking around like who out here? Yeah.
Hey,
I
Wallace.
got 19 cameras on the house, so now I look up like whoever the fuck looking. Fuck
I
you.
ain't blow you up like that. Wallace had he had a fall.
Studio caught
Brother
on
Wallace,
camera.
he playing you
Wallace
out.
got caught on
Caught
closed
on
circuit
camera.
television falling, bro. That
Caught on
shit
camera.
hurt.
Camera.
Man.
Shared it with the fellas. Never lived it down.
Damn.
Yo, please, if anyone, I would like to see that video.
Nope,
again,
don't even.
No, it was
Damn.
like, yo, is he all right?
Damn.
Hey, man, we got to chat.
Kyra
bro.
said she fell. Yeah, Kyra said she fell.
You fell up the stairs too.
Yeah.
I remember I fell up the stairs a little in Neptune. Them hard ass stairs. You know how
Ooh.
it is when you changing periods and shit. People running and shit.
Shit.
Well, yeah.
Well, I was a little embarrassed just now. I'm looking around. It's dark as hell outside, but I'm mad that I broke.
You know
First
why?
of all, I really think my fingers broke, if not badly
Oh, I
sprained.
hope that ain't happening.
And you just started to introduce everybody, and I'm like, God damn, let me run at this motherfucking podcast. But
you know
then
why,
my shit's
Monica?
arriving right
You
now.
know why, Monica?
What?
You know why?
Right.
I'm from Jersey.
Yo, so we got a lot to talk about tonight. So we want to start off with everyone know that Donald Trump is put his hat in the ring to be the next president of the United States. He also Musk gave him back his Twitter privileges, so Donald Trump is right back in the saddle. We like to know your thoughts on that. You think it's going to be a landslide? You think it's a good thing, a bad thing? Just like to know y'all's opinion.
Honestly, I won't say it all. Honestly, everybody getting tired of Biden being born, so they want the entertainment back. They want you know what I'm saying, love and hip hop in Washington D.C. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Trump, for anything, for all purposes, he was comical, and he was that drama. He was that Cardi B at the White House. You know what I'm saying? He made everybody like 2:00 in the damn morning. What the fuck this nigga just say today? Let's see. You know what I'm saying? Had people just trying to watch out what he got to do, man. I don't know, man. I worry, man. I worry. People like that drama, so they might slide his ass back in there.
I'm gonna tell you this. You know what? I don't think I look at Trump differently than I did how many years ago when he won the election. You know, I knew Trump for years. I mean, we've dealt with Trump with AC and stuff, so Trump's no stranger to a lot of us. I don't care, man. All these guys are crooks. At the end of the day, when he was in office, shit was kind of low. People didn't mess with us. It was better than what we're dealing with now. I think definitely Trump being who he is with his antics and stuff. I don't even care, man. To say the least.
I'm cool with that. But Trump, I will say Trump don't back down. I'll give him that.
I like that about him too. And you know, all these politicians are scumbags. Hey, chat. what does the chat think about this? Chat, you guys can chime in too. Also, in the chat, the Talk That Stuff chat, we got the Zoom link in there. So please don't be shy, don't be bashful. Come on and join us. We had Richard in here last week. Thought he was gonna join us again, but yeah, don't be bashful. What's going on, RTO?
What's up?
The Raiders
Peace,
in the
everybody.
winning.
Yeah, he won.
All right, congrats to the Raiders, man. Doing take care of business. Poor Russell Wilson.
I would just say this, and you know, people say what they want. Inflation was what it has been, what it is, and this, that, and third, and we all know that both parties, had their downfalls, and it's all a part of the same structure and scheme. But at least the individuals who are at the top of the chain reflect some level of competency in terms of what we've seen in the last 4 years.
Right.
The last 2 years, when Trump came in, it was a degree of nepotism that was dangerous. You know what I'm saying? It's always nepotism.
Right.
It's nepotism that's out of control. And I mean, I think it is gonna look a little different. His kid's not involved. His kid's not involved. He doesn't have certain elements of the media machine at this point and on the surface. He don't have those parts on board. Fox News has turned on him, at least on the surface, or whatever that means. So it's going to be interesting. I think that the Republican Party overall, I think another reason that he announced so early is because, a couple of days later, he must have got a heads up that these additional charges are being levied against him by this special counsel. So he could be just trying to do like a power play and trying to keep himself out of jail. He's done a fantastic job of it so far. I'm gonna say that.
Weaving.
But at the same token, I think it's a spectacle. I mean, Taz was right. It was a spectacle. And the unfortunate truth is, when you think about leadership, you're kind of supposed to lead from the back in a way, and let those people who you put in those positions kind of run things and do this and do that and blah, blah, blah. And then you had the ability to make the final decision about stuff or whatnot. And he just was, man, I mean, he's the subject of so much leadership study. It's crazy, bro. So yeah, that's my reflection on it.
I have an issue with us trusting a person to run the country like it's a circus.
Absolutely.
And the racism the prejudiceness, like the negativity, the violence that has come about with this one particular man. I'm outraged that we are allowing him to play in our face. And the fact that we know whether he said it out loud directly or whether he made some backdoor comments, we know that there's a thin line between him playing it safe when it comes to him poking the bear with African Americans, with Hispanics, with Asians. I mean, I don't like how today's generation and even some of our generation, we have conformed to just making a mockery out of life. Don't get me wrong, it's okay for you to have fun with your kids, but the fact that people have shared this young woman's violent and hostile act on social media, which eventually she succumbed to her injuries, and the fact that it was shared over and over and over again. And yes, it has a lot of attention. However, to have that president back in office, he'll be in the back in the back scene applauding for that type of violence to continue with Black and brown people.
Right.
It's sickening. When they had the storm down in Puerto Rico, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, he went on national TV and started throwing out paper towels.
Yeah.
Was that Puerto Rico?
Yeah, it was Puerto Rico.
Okay. So again, I'm appalled that we would even think about how financially well we may have done, or him giving us these stimulus checks that we had to pay back and then some. And we're not looking at it. And granted, yes, both sides, Republicans, Democrats, I don't know if we could say that, all of these other parties that have come up over the years, like y'all playing with our lives.
Yeah.
Y'all playing with our lives. And it's ridiculous how you have some people that will vote for that man just to get a freaking laugh out of the clown sucker shit that he allows to take place under his leadership.
Hey,
it's sickening.
Hey, Kyra, real quick. Kyra in the chat says, "This guy's a clown. Please believe he will not get back into office. Most conservatives are tired of the foolishness." Kyra says, "We cannot have a narcissist running the country." Facts. Kyra also says, "I have lost a lot of friends when he became president." Wow, because of your political beliefs. Yeah, and people have stood strong for that guy. I was just saying, I was driving home. I was on a video call with Ricks and Malcolm, and already the Trump set came out. The Trump flag and the Confederate flag as a set. They already got them hanging out outside their houses as I was driving by. Comes in a set.
I think also, let's not. I mean, Donald Trump is Donald Trump, and the foolishness is the foolishness. But let's not let the people who support him off the hook. I'm glad you said that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, bruh, we're having a runoff in Georgia.
Right.
Come on.
Right. To hopefully prevent Herschel Walker from being.
Oh my God! I'm glad you said that name.
I'm trying to think. It's as though, man, I don't even want to say it like that, but it's as though
I love the American countries.
Selection of the homecoming king.
I'm from the country of Georgia.
That's joke to everybody. Or it's like we're going to go out like what are you willing to overlook when it comes to a person in your life? We all overlook things with people that's close to us, right?
Yeah.
What are you willing to overlook in terms of a person making decisions of that gravity? Bruh, I'm flabbergasted by the fact that there is a runoff for this.
Right.
And an honest statement and question, Brother Wallace. I'm right there with you. I think we really have, some people have stooped so low just for a laugh.
Yeah.
That's not even funny. It's not even funny. And then the one time something affects them, now they want to be on the front line with a picket sign like they always been down for the cause from the rip. I'm not feeling it. It's a joke. It's a joke. What's going on in Georgia is a joke. What's going on with the president, well, the former president announcing that he was going to rerun. Yo, your people stormed the Capitol. People thought it was funny to go out there. People thought it was funny to go out there and join forces with individuals who in mind had it in their interest to listen, you getting away, I'm gonna kill you. They didn't care if they was gonna hurt or harm anybody. You had people trampling over people.
That actually impressed me because how they got together and stood up for some shit. I actually like that. Black people ain't running up on no Capitol, even if we do it peacefully. We ain't got the balls to do what they
Ricks,
did.
we would have been shot. We would have been shot. Ricks, we would have been shot before we crossed the fence.
Hey, sometimes you gotta take the chance.
Yeah,
I remember the Million Man March. You know what I mean? Because I went there. So I'd say that's not true that black people don't march on the Capitol and shit because it's happened before.
But I'm talking about how they did it with their arms, right?
Well, I don't think that was right.
Black
anyway.
Panthers march in Sacramento City Hall, armed,
and they were shooting them. They were shooting
They changed all the gun laws when that happened. California, they changed all the gun laws. That's what and the NRA
believe it.
was the ones behind that shit to change the gun laws to what California gun laws are now.
That shit sparked fear in everyone.
Yeah.
That shit.
Hey, Herschel Walker said, "I'm just a small boy from a small country in Georgia."
People vote for their political parties. It's almost like a sports team.
I hate that shit, man.
It's you go for your political party. It doesn't matter who the actual person is.
Right.
So you get to have clowns and shit run. For which I think the Republican Party is gonna have a reckoning because this isn't a real Republican Party. This is more like the Trump Party. But I personally despise politics.
Facts.
I think I would
it's one thing to be party, loyal and all.
But
that.
yeah, people are party loyal, so it's almost like a sports team now. You know what I mean?
But Trump there's Trump, and then there's people who have come after him now that have no what's called stately perspective. Like you ain't even been in city council.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Be a fucking
you have
senator?
the ability to govern. That's scary.
I always look at this community service. What have you done with the community? Have you, what's kind of like, that's how kind of when Obama was coming through the ranks, he had a lot of experience working with the community. And I thought that would kind of translate over to, when he became a senator. And
you see, you think about it like Trump. All right. Even Nino Brown gave turkeys out at Thanksgiving.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
And they accepted him too. Go on,
Right.
Taz.
Exactly. You know
And they
what I'm
accepted
saying?
him open arms.
Even Nino Brown.
That deserve an applause if you ask me.
You know what I'm saying? So it like I said, man, it's you got to think about it. We're not the ones that are voting now. We got this younger generation that all they see is that fast stuff. It catch their attention, man, and then we got to make a stand about something. These, you know what I'm saying? It's not they don't have values like that, so they easily swayed a lot quicker. Now some of them want to think about the future, but again, that spectacle is what they live every day.
Y'all ready for a Kardashian to be president?
I don't know. They probably on their way.
It's gonna happen.
Either that or they role model like
it's gonna happen, or they're gonna be married to
role
one.
models that they put in front so that everybody can be like, oh, let's destroy him next.
Either they'll be a president or they're gonna be married to one.
That's what I'm saying.
What you say? They said Norfolk. They said Norfolk. Oh,
Kyra says in the chat, say it or Taz, and to think I was Herschel Walker's biggest fan. She said I was a fan since he was with the Georgia Generals. If anyone needs to shut up and dribble, it's Herschel
You're a fan
Walker.
of him playing a sport, and that's different than the actual human being. This is a sport, has nothing to do with the human
He's
being.
no politician, dude.
Yeah.
And I can't
You know
believe
what I'm
that
saying?
this race is
People
49
conflate the two instances where they think the athlete or the actor or whatever is the person, and they're not. they're totally different things. So
what is that telling you? What is that saying right now? Right now, these guys are almost neck and neck. Dude has an edge on him, 49.4% of the votes, and Herschel Walker has 48.5%.
People have the right to vote for whoever they want to vote for.
Yeah,
I get it, but what is that? I mean, have you? I don't think so. I mean, I like.
You can't tell nobody who to vote for.
I don't.
You can exercise your vote. Now, I live in Georgia.
What do you think that says, though?
Vote.
What do you think that says, though? What is that? You know, this guy have some? Is he getting this because he's Herschel Walker? Or, I mean, because have you heard the man speak? I mean, I've heard him a couple times. I mean,
obviously it's a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah, right.
But bro, I think he was a part of the red wave. I think Trump handpicked him to be a part of the red wave, which is why he got a lot of those votes from the Trumpsters, whether they, like black people or not. When Trump announced that red wave.
Now, Georgia is one of those states that's red. That's both. You know what I mean? It can go either way.
It can go either way.
It could go either way. It didn't always was. It wasn't always that way, but it's turned probably more to do with Atlanta and the Savannah and the cities where you have more than just one type of person. You know what I mean? But,
and that last speech, they was laughing at him and shit. I'm like, oh no.
Herschel Walker went to Georgia and broke all them records. He a legend to older white folks.
I don't think that's why they voted for him, though. I think
not by himself,
if he was on the other side, I think the people that voted for him wouldn't vote for him.
But you know what? To add to that, Malcolm, you got a point. But who said that? Notes? Who said that?
Yeah, that speech.
Yeah,
the last speech he had. Yeah, they was laughing at him.
Yeah, but you wanna know something?
About Dracula. He was talking about Dracula.
Oh, vampires.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously it's clownish. You know what I'm saying? To listen to.
Making a mockery out of people.
Yeah,
but let me ask y'all on the panel a question though, because when we came up in school, we learned bare minimum about politics. Who helped you pick your political party, or were you that well versed in politics that you knew which party you were going to pick?
I remember it being taboo to even ask somebody who they voted for. I wish we went back to that.
I would say family more influenced me when I first started to vote. But as I got older, got on my own shit.
I remember people asking our babysitter. Me and my sisters had a babysitter, and I remember asking her who was she going to vote for, Reagan or was it Walter Mondale or something like that? I can't remember who Reagan was going against. But I remember asking her that, and she told me, "Don't you dare ever ask me who I vote for."
Walter Mondale and Geraldine Ferrara.
So it was like taboo, you know what I'm saying, to ask a person who they voted for. Like, that's their personal business. You don't ask me my personal business like that. It's almost like asking somebody that, like a woman their age or whatever. Like, you just don't do that. You know what I mean? And nowadays everybody's telling you not only who they vote for, but who you should vote for. And I take offense to that.
Hey, I had a lady in my neighborhood a couple weeks ago kind of forced me to vote for her. Like, she's running for something and she was asking me what I was. So I was playing around. I said Republican, and she looked at me like you better not be like. And I just looked at her like, yo, that's what you doing out here? Like, you're actually strong arming votes. And this lady was trying to tell me about, I just thought it was so.
I saw signs on a gun store in Arizona that said, if you voted for Obama, your business is not welcome here.
Wow.
And I took offense to that.
Yeah,
who I vote for is
buying shit from your dog ass.
Just saying,
Arizona at the same time.
Yeah, you can't tell me, you can't ask me who the hell I voted for. It's none of your business. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I just wish people would be, more like that. But
there's an etiquette to this shit, and people follow, and people choose not to because they take that shit to heart. It's almost like there's people that their football teams will fight you over their football teams and shit. I've seen
it. Yeah.
That's what politics is coming now.
Yeah. You want to know? I remember I had to be at least 9 or 10 when Jesse Jackson was running for president.
Oh yeah.
And he came to Asbury Park, and he came to the Asbury Park Village. I'll never forget. And my grandmother lived right at 326, right on Atkins Avenue. And when he came over there, he was that door-to-door person, rolling through. He came in my grandmother's house and he sat on the couch and he basically swayed my grandmother, you know what I'm saying, or had the conversation of why it was important for her to vote. Now, my grandmother was born in 1913. She only had up to a 5th grade education. And of course, my grandmother was a housemaker. My grandfather was the bread and butter of the family, but he passed, of course, prior to me being born in 75. But I say all that to say, I remember sitting next to this man, and this man, you know, kind of hugging me and holding me and convincing my grandmother why it was important for her to register to become a Democrat, because she had to set the precedent for me. And she had to teach me the importance of voting Democrat. So when I turned 18, it was a couple things I thought was important to me, even though I got my license at 17. One, I had to register to vote, which there was a no-brainer based off of this man, you know what I'm saying, and instilling why I should, you know, become a registered Democrat was important at the time. So I knew I was going to do that. And then 2, go play the picket. And I actually won on my birthday. I won on my birthday, my 18th birthday. But you know, as I got older, I actually went to Neptune High School and I said, there's no reason. Y'all have the debate club. Y'all had one of the strongest debate clubs. Why don't y'all debate strong political topics? What I was told in a nonchalant way, because if any of y'all went to Neptune and had Miss Wise, Miss Wise was Miss Wise. Let me tell you something about Miss Wise. Even though Black history was an elective, every Black student she walked up to and she made you take that class. But I say all of that to say the reason why they wouldn't debate politics in school was because they did not want to get the arousal crew that lived in Shark River Hills. They did not want to get them roused up. Because if you were from Neptune, you knew there was a certain group of individuals that were not our color that lived over there. And if you grew up in my era, you remember them burning a cross on a particular family's lawn. So there were things, and if you also remember, as I was coming up, there was a very prominent captain that was in office. I'm not going to say no names, but I say all that to say Neptune did a very good job steering away from politics and the importance of just understanding the basics. So that's why I asked that question, because I didn't grow up in school where you learned in detail the importance of, you know what I'm saying, choosing your party wisely.
Yeah, I don't think politics belongs to schools anyway. Just like religion. I would take offense to that.
Political science. I took that in college.
Can I ask a question about that?
All right, bro.
Where do you draw the line?
What?
Good question.
If you're teaching civics, you know, if you teaching government, every teacher undoubtedly imbues their own ideas onto the kids that they teach. So how do you govern that? Can you govern that?
That's interesting. That's an interesting question.
Bro, it is. It is.
Because I personally, I don't like you know, anybody teaching my kids politics or religion. Like my kids is freedom of every American. Just part of the reason why we came to America is about religion and politics. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get it forced on you. You get to choose that. So yeah, that's a very interesting question though.
The hard part is, I'll give you an example and I'll be transparent. I teach teachers and I got 25 teachers in my class and they all white folks. I'm teaching them about culturally relevant pedagogy, like how to teach kids that's not like them. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So I have to teach them to be able to create an atmosphere in their class where they're accepted of whatever history somebody come to the class with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I have to be able to get, I have to give them the ability to see things from other people's perspective. And so if they reject the history of other people, then they're not going to be able to go in the classroom and teach people.
Well, let me turn that question around on you, because that I'm sorry, I don't mean to punt on the answer, but that's a difficult answer to me. So where would you think the line? I mean, because am I right in saying that politics and religion aren't allowed to be taught in schools, or is it? That's
not true.
No, religion is not supposed to be. Politics, like I said, depending on where you are, that's kind of the slant that you give it. But here's the thing: what you do teach, You teach the fact that people are the product of what we call their positionality. Like if I'm black from Flint, from the south side of Flint, my mom and them worked in the plant, I'm college educated, I'm most likely going to be a Democrat. You know what I'm saying? Or have Democratic views, most likely, especially if I have like on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of religion or my religious fundamentalism, I'm like a 4 or a 5. However, if you grew up in Bad Axe, Michigan, you know, drive a truck, believe in gun control, this, that, and the third, certain ideas that encircle your mind. Like I was talking to him one day about the fact that when we see these school shootings, these mass school shootings, what are the positionalities of the individuals who are doing this?
Yeah, it's almost always the same.
Similar. So you got to be able to accept and understand how somebody's positionality that a lot of times it has to do with how that governs the way that they believe about things. It's a reason that everybody in here believe what they believe. It ain't just you made your independent decision. You either it's who you are or you saw something that changed your perspective. So in terms of the school, you got to teach people to say, okay, this is your positionality. Why do you believe these things? Now that you know all the facts, make your own decision.
It's interesting because, you know, I know how parents are. You know what I mean? Some parents are more into their kids than others. You know what I mean? I grew up in a school where there was a lot of non-parent intervention, let's just say. But I know that there are schools where they don't like, you know what I mean? Like they take an active participation in their student in their children, and they don't, you know, like people espousing their views on their kids. You know what I'm saying? So like.
But that's you know what I'm saying. Honestly, that should be it. They shouldn't be spitting their own views. They should spit fact. If it's down and it's fact, that's what should be taught to our children. You know what I'm saying? It don't go by what you're saying. You go by what's in that book and what's fact, what can be proven. I don't want to hear speculations. I don't want to hear theories. I want to hear facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my kids should hear facts so that they can make their own decisions based on them facts.
Right.
Hey, hold on, hey, guys, real quick. I need to read from the chat. The chat's backing up. So Kyra said, she said, my grandmother influenced me. Nadira said, wow. Kyra said, y'all, it's so crazy here in Mississippi. They have lines for Democrats and lines for Republicans. It's no secret who you vote for here.
Wow.
Said facts. That's crazy. You got to go, Kyra. Thanks for tuning in. Linnea. I hope I'm saying, hey, see, I don't know until my 20s, to be honest. I didn't know until my 20s. Monica said, it's sickening. Love you, Kyra. Right, Nay. Hi, Nadira. Love you. So we're caught up. All right, guys.
The only people, I'm going to say this too. I have seen people who agree with See Me Hustle with regards to, you know, it ain't nobody's business who I voted for. And the truth is, I will say that there are some people who have voted Republican that are embarrassed. That they voted Republican. You know, in talking to them, in talking to some of these people who from my class, looking at the big picture, they're embarrassed that they have. And I'm like, you know, okay, that's what you think, you know, you owe that. But it just kind of goes to show how far this schism has went between these two sides. And it's not really grounded in anything except issues that don't necessarily immediately impact most people. You know,
all right.
Just I don't know, just strange.
Well, when I was in 6th grade, when that's when Jesse Jackson was running against Michael Dukakis, and my 6th grade teacher, we went through the whole process. He even had someone from the campaign come to the school, and we asked questions and stuff. That's when I learned about the ACLU, and you know, obviously was it Michael Dukakis and George Bush? Sorry, she had beat Jesse Jackson and get the nod. But yeah, Michael Dukakis and I think she had both. She had a Republican representative come by too, and we kind of did the whole from the start to finish as far as the elections and electoral college and how everything worked. But I think, you know, even thinking back then, which was a long time ago, she was pretty biased. She wasn't. She just showed us the process, and that goes back to what Taz was saying about you need to be teaching facts. As long as you don't voice your theories and your likes and your likeness and your opinions, I think it's fine. I think kids should be aware of that. you know, we could teach the shit at home as well, but you know, you want to know the facts, you know, want to know what you're dealing with, you know, want to know how it works. You know, it's not just majority wins. There's certain things that go along with that, which that's another conversation, but you know, leave it there.
Just gotta say, my daughter just made a good point in the chat.
Oh, that's your daughter.
She,
Oh, it's right. Hey,
Nadira.
Nadira. Hey, Nadira. How you
Mhm.
doing? Agreed. The facts should
Yes.
matter in schools. We were always told from teachers to back up any work with credible sources from writing to debate. So that's what, yep. Well, so same shit. Yeah, I agree with that. No doubt.
Absolutely.
We do.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Nadir, for tuning in. It's good to get someone young's perspective because a lot of times we get so caught up in our views, we don't, you know, see how these young people are looking at stuff. You know what I'm saying? No doubt.
Yeah.
Kyra is your biggest supporter. I thought I was a bigger supporter because I messed the name up. I was gonna give her breakfast. That's all right though. That's all right.
No, let me tell you, when we be having our girl chats, all of y'all come up all the time. Every last one of y'all come up all the time. But Brother Malcolm, he gets more thumbs up than everybody.
Shout out to
I'm
Malcolm.
just saying. Yeah. Yeah. He gets more thumbs, and that's across. Hold on. Hold on. Because I need this to be said too. And that's across, I have various girl groups. That's across all various girl groups. So I just want to put it out there. Like Brother Malcolm gets a lot of support.
That's because Malcolm be giving them that red pill.
Yeah.
Take that red one, not that blue
Which one?
Which one?
Just take that red one, not that blue one.
Yep.
He don't be handing out that blue pill. He be like, nah,
Yeah.
hey, take that one.
No, depending on the topic. You know, I think the one thing that, you know, the ladies are interested in is just more of Malcolm's you know, thought process when it comes to women. But when it comes down, when it comes down to, you know, other topics, I can tell you that each one of y'all have a leading role depending on the topic. So y'all are loved across the board. I want to put that out there.
Yo, definitely.
Y'all are loved across the board, yeah.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate it.
All right.
Oh, Taz, you just joined. Kyra was trying to wait for you, Taz.
What up, though?
What up, Taz?
Oh, that's Taz.
on here?
No. I thought you said Taz, not Taz.
No, Taz.
We call him. What up, Fields?
What up, though?
What it do?
Fields, okay, my bad.
All right, let's get to business now. Let's get
it. Yeah. So, bro, where you want to go?
So I'm looking in this. How about we go with
I'm a little outraged, but I don't want to you know, spark that conversation if you ain't ready for it, and that's that damn fight, yo.
Go ahead.
You know, you know, I know it's been all over social media, so I don't know if everyone has seen it. Maybe not. But there was a group of friends that went to Cabo, Mexico on vacation.
I heard something about
Oh, that's about the girl. She's from Charlotte. Yeah.
You know, and the young lady, Shaquilla, was in a physical altercation that was recorded by one of the friends that was there. And believe it or not, it was very hard and graphic to watch. And the only reason why I did watch it was because I didn't know if, you know, we would talk about it on the show. But the outrage and the pain that I feel watching that happen took me back to watching a young man from Neptune, and I was a little tot at the time, getting demolished on Atkins Avenue, not Atkins Avenue, Lake Avenue, aka Springwood Avenue, years ago. And he almost lost his life. And I don't want to name drop for the sensitivity of the nature, but watching that young lady go through that, number one, I sympathize, you know, with her parents.
Right.
Losing a child is, I mean, for the whole world to see that. I don't care what happened between you and another person, but to actually film that and then send it to somebody and then they tag somebody and post it. What the hell is going on with these individuals in the world today?
Some sick shit.
Rest in peace to that young lady, Shaquilla. I cried. My heart hurts for her. There's that type of anger that young lady had and putting her hands on her the way she put her hands on, and the young lady wasn't even fighting back.
Right.
That pains me.
Damn near defenseless.
So
and
here's
bro,
oh, go ahead.
I just want to say one more thing, and you can keep him pushing. I want to tell you one thing, and I'm not gonna be very detailed right now. What I will tell you is, I remember a girlfriend of mine calling me and telling me where a young lady was. She was cheating with my boyfriend at the time. And I pulled up at the bar and I walked in the bar. I told this young lady, I'll either snatch your ass up off this bar stool or you can walk out on your own. And she wound up walking out with the intention of just to talk, not to fight. And I remember my friends egging me on, Mo, hit up, this, that. And I said, I'm not going to fight this girl unless she fight back. I had morals and values to this shit. As wrong as physical altercations are, I don't agree with it today. But the fact that they egged me on to fight this girl, and this girl was so scared because she knew if it ever came down to me having to fight, she knew what she was going to get. I wouldn't back down for nothing, but I saw the fright in this girl's eyes and I shoved her and she ain't do nothing. I said, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
She gracefully sat down on that curb and said, you're going to have to beat my ass because I'm not hitting you. Wow. I know I'm not good. She literally said that. I know I'm not going to win and I'm not going to fight you back. So that's how far back it triggered me. That far back. So go ahead, brother. I just hate, this shit, yo.
So to compound on it, there's actually another video, and this is what makes it kind of sad. My wife had said that they attacked the girl while she was asleep.
Wow.
And
really?
And the thing is, the reason she didn't fight back was because the blow is what broke her neck.
Jesus.
So the initial blow is what crippled her. So them yelling fight back, she was a noodle. So she couldn't fight back. So she was because if I'm not mistaken, in the video, I think she's half naked in the video. They attacked her in her sleep. And then come to find out, the six of them, I believe it's six. I think it's like 3 girls and 3 dudes. After they found out she was dead, they ended up taking 10 grand from her.
Jeez.
Like the girl who died, she paid for the Airbnb. They stole from her and they killed her. So my anger is, why are they still breathing? Like I'll keep it a buck. Like how cowardly are you as a human being to do that to a person? Like if all things fair and if you want to shoot a fair one with somebody, at least do it while they're standing up.
So let me ask a question real quick because I'm not too familiar with what happened. Who was fighting? Was it a guy fighting the girl?
I believe it was a girl who initiated it. So there was a young lady, her name was Shaquilla. She was asleep, and a girl hit her with an object. Like so then in her reactionary mode, she jumps out, but she can't do anything because the assault on her broke her neck. Yeah, it broke her neck. So like I said, she was literally a dead woman walking at that point. So
what is going on with women are doing fighting like this? What the hell is going on with this?
Did they ever say what the fight was over though?
That we haven't. From what I know, the FBI, the international FBI, is investigating because it happened in Mexico.
Okay, so they don't have all the details.
Yeah, so
criminal killing too. It's been upgraded.
So they're investigating it, and like I said, I think they put out the faces of the people that went with her. So like they face all over the internet.
And so there were guys there.
Yeah, it was 3 dudes. It was 3 dudes and 4 total girls, including her, at this Airbnb in Cabo.
And the guys didn't intervene in this to try to stop this.
They fucking filmed it.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on, man? Why are women fighting each other like this, and why are guys just
her dad seems to think there was a setup. The attack was a setup.
What the fuck is going on, man?
So
to me, this is backwards. This is back. Like I would think it would be dudes fighting each other and then women filming or whatever. But what the hell's going on?
And they try to cover up and say she had alcohol poisoning, and that's why she died.
And when they did the autopsy, she didn't have a lick of alcohol because I think if I'm not mistaken, her daddy said she didn't even drink.
See?
Damn.
And they got the fucking beat
Like she didn't
down.
even drink like that.
TMZ. God, man. I get tired of TMZ, but
How are you going in a place with people like this? How are you traveling with people?
And let me tell you that. Let me tell you this, Malcolm. Let me tell you this, Malcolm. I remember when I lived in Rulborn, when I lived in Red Bank, I had a group of individuals who befriended me only to jump me.
Damn.
I never saw it coming. I never saw it coming. And they came to my job and they jumped me. And I'm not gonna say they had to, but because one of them, I knew she was thorough. And I knew me and her would get it in. And I'm not saying I would have won or she would have won, but I knew we would have got it in. But they came to my job, they jumped me. It just so happened I was pregnant and I lost that baby. But to this day, I don't know why they jumped me. I can assume why they jumped me, which was over my ex.
Jealousy of some sort, yeah.
It was jealousy of some sort. But what I can tell you is that has been existing for years.
Well, the one difference is that we didn't have no money to be going to Cabo. Okay, so it takes some money to do that. It takes some money to rent an Airbnb and all that. So it's safe to say these ain't people. You know what I mean? Like I know that growing up, I knew people. We grew up where we grew up at, and we knew people that grew up there, and then we also knew people who was trying to come there that didn't necessarily grow up there. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to be part of the hood, but they weren't really from the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but these kind of people that I'm talking about, so these people to me strike me as those kinds of people that they not really like that, but they trying to portray that. If you got money to go to Cabo like that, I'm sorry, bro. People from the hood ain't got money to go travel like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
These ain't hood people.
We
These
got
something different.
We got the chat real quick. I won't get backed up. Latoya says it's so sad. I pray her family gets justice. Linnea Hasty. The one dude yelled in the video for her to fight back. Shake my head. Latoya Thompson. I think it was a setup. They were only there for 24 hours. And Monica says that's what she heard. There's also a website you can go to justice. Go to justice.org for a petition to find answers. But the FBI got it, man. The FBI, they for what it's worth, they upgraded it to a criminal thing. So there's going to be some answers. This is unanswered questions. You know how the law works, but sometimes that person might have did it, but they don't have enough to bring them in, and you make sure you got enough evidence and got all your ducks in a row before. So people have to be patient and let obviously I know it sounds crazy, but let the system, they do a good job of bringing in people that need to be brought in. So
how old were these people?
She's 25, man. 25 years old.
Yeah, so they was in their mid-20s.
Right.
And then from what I'm hearing, she had a successful hair braiding business here in Carolina. She's from Charlotte.
Right.
So when you said, Malcolm, the money issue, like I think she fronted the whole thing, at least for her and her, because from what I'm understanding, I think her and her friend flew out and some people joined them there, and then she paid for the Airbnb. So it sounds like you said, like somebody set her up to take her.
Okay.
Her ends, man.
Yeah. Okay, so just a robbery type thing.
Yeah, and
and the stuff happens all the time. Unfortunately for the girl, she lost her life for it.
You being her father, and she said she died of alcohol poisoning. And as a father that she don't drink. So you telling me that? What am I supposed to do?
Yeah,
but I might channel my inner Taken. I have a specific set of skills.
Yeah,
I will find you.
I feel you. Yeah, I feel you. That's not sufficient.
All over the internet, so you can find them easy.
Yeah,
ain't that something?
Sufficient to wait for the law in a situation like that. For me.
And let's add salt to the wound. Some of the individuals actually took to social media to do either a live feed or a recording to talk about either they had no knowledge of what was going on before they got there, or the young lady that actually was involved in the altercation, her video just sounds so Yo, when I tell you no remorse. None whatsoever. She not taking responsibility. She not taking accountability.
Because she can't.
She basically, I heard wait a minute,
Where was
somebody
she learn
correct
that
me if
from?
I'm wrong. I think that she actually did a GoFundMe to help her with her lawyer fees.
Yeah.
Wow.
The girl that was actually in the fight.
Shout out to Kyrie Irving. He donated $65,000 to
Yes, he did.
To Quilla Robertson. So
Yes,
shout
he
out to
did.
Kyrie, man.
Yeah.
Well, the important questions isn't going to come. Isn't going to happen on social media. The important questions going to happen in the back room somewhere in a police station. So
right, I agree with that.
Yeah,
straight up and down.
I would say just be patient and justice will come to.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just so sad that those images, that video, the comments, just people sharing it, that will forever be out there. And listen, it's tough though, bro. I'm telling you, I remember 6 years ago when my son died, I can count on one hand how many people I knew personally who lost a child. Fast forward, my son's birthday Saturday, he died December 13th. I can count on both hands, both feet, 3 times over how many people that I rock with who's lost a kid. The shit is sickening, yo. It's a sickening disease and world out here, which takes us even back to the politics. Like, do y'all not see what's going on? Y'all are making a mockery of shit. And this ain't for games here. This is life.
Hey,
can't rely on them to protect our kids.
Can I ask a question? Do you guys think, when I say as far as being a woke, I mean like being aware of what's going on in this world? Do you think when we were in our late teens, early 20s, you think these kids today are more awake than we were, or more aware of their surroundings, or
Hell no.
They blind.
Absolutely not.
Right.
The thing is that they got access to the information. Now, it is tragic what happened to that girl, but how about if it never came out? Wouldn't nobody know what was going on?
Boom,
it would have just been pushed as a secret and been like, oh, she got found. What was it they said? Alcohol poisoning or something.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It probably would have came out, but it would have just took longer, I think.
Yeah, it would have, because the access to information is so easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That they had to, and it sucks. Look what they did a couple weeks ago. Take off body. They were walking over the dude body after he got shot. You know what I'm saying? It's just that information, that access is so quick and easy. The thing that sucks is the person who actually did the video. They snitched him with a video. Why didn't they just snitch to the code? You know what I'm saying? Before the shit happened.
You know what's crazy, Taz? Every time there's a new crime or something goes down, I'm ready for the video, because it's got to be video of this shit just happened. You ever
know what else is waiting for the video? The police.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
they're always waiting for the video.
Hey, that solves their crimes, man. These policemen wouldn't be shit without informing and video.
You go on social media and you can figure out whole crimes on social media, bro.
Yep.
Trust me when I tell you, the cops they go straight to social media, bro.
The cops is doing the cops, when they pull somebody over and they got suspicion of thing, first thing they doing is grabbing their phone. They don't keep you can't. Your phone becomes their property, and from the moment they got that phone, they can look up everything.
You been?
You know what I'm saying? They can look up everything. They can look up your history back. Even all the shit, even you deleted, they can look it up on your phone.
Shit, you can break your phone, they can still look through it, bro.
Yep.
They can look through it.
Yep. Straight up. And I would think with more technology these days of having phones that these youngsters would be more, be in the loop with shit, but.
No, but that's the thing, man. Smartphones make people dumb, bro.
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't think they thought that they did. I won't give them credit and think they thought that through, bro.
Yeah,
some shit that happened, and you know what I mean. There was no planning involved in that. You know what I mean? Not good planning anyway.
The smartphone is taking away critical and analytical thinking, bro.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Like you see what I'm saying? Like so like
connection.
Yeah, that too. So like you devoid of the fact that you're challenged in your thoughts because you just believe whatever your so-called celebrity thinks because you don't have a brain. Then you so numb to the whole fact that you have the whole like syndrome where it's just like you search for likes, you search for hearts and things like that on Facebook to boost your, your dopamine levels and things of that nature. Like the basic human touch don't even, quote unquote, like is important to you. Like being near people isn't important to you. So it's just like people are so detached.
It's sensitive.
Yeah, it's from each other. That's why a old girl can go in there and have no remorse. Like you got to think about it. You know what I'm saying? She has no empathy or sympathy for the human condition.
Let me tell you something, bro. I've been following this the Darrell Brooks Wickeshaw parade massacre that happened last year when this idiot drove through a Christmas parade and killed 6 and injured over 70 people. And they showed the video, it was video on it. And he ditched the car because he got stuck on a log. He ditched it on the side of someone's house. He couldn't move it. So he showed him, and they actually brought him in, and he was so cool, calm, and collective. He just killed 6 people, running through these people, actually stopping to throw people off the hood, and he acted like nothing happened. And through the trial, he had no remorse. He couldn't say, hey, I am sorry for what I did. I'm sorry for what happened on November 21st. And I'm sorry that y'all don't know what's in my heart that I wouldn't do this intentionally. Tried to use every excuse in the book. Try to say he wasn't there. Try to say that wasn't a guy in the car. They found the keys in his pocket. They found he ditched the car, but he left his cell phone in the car. They found all that.
Sorry, man. This is America, bro.
Lying on the fly. I've never seen anything like that in my life, man. I agree with that.
People don't have accountability here, man. That's gone. That's a long
big
time
question.
ago.
Good shit.
People make up all they do is make up excuses, man. This is what we do in this country.
What we saying in the chat here real quick. Okay. She said, what's the chat thinking? I don't know, Toy. No response from the family because they're lawyered up. True. Latoya says social media is a gift and a curse. Nadira, she says, I agree. The young people are not more woke. We have so much access to way too many different perspectives. That's true as well. Latoya says facts. Monica said facts. Nadira, electronics made info easier to find. And it does, and also it makes people formulate opinions and shit. And some of these opinions are,
because I'm on my podcast.
So definitely, because we can find some shit and then come out with our own theories and just from our experience and our testimonials and kind of change the narrative in that sense. And if you strictly listening to a couple people and they have the same type of opinions from the access they had. Sometimes how social media is. I'm not on Facebook and Instagram every day or Twitter. I don't tweet. I just don't do that. But sometimes I put it down. I have to because I just have to do that.
Social media and then there's real life, bro.
Right. You think so?
Social media ain't real life, man.
Okay.
Yeah. People who think that is, they'll
I'm just playing devil advocate. I'm not saying that.
Nah. Look, man.
You have to wake up.
Social media is your representative. Real life is what hits you in the face every day.
Thank you. Good shit.
Like how many internet thugs you know?
A lot.
There's consequences in real life, man. There's consequences.
Like
you know what I'm saying?
So
my dad used to say always, make sure you play the tape all the way out. Meaning he used to say, don't watch Scarface and stop when he blows up. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna watch Scarface, watch it to the end. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You play the tape to the end.
Right.
Don't play it to, you know what I mean? Like this, you don't just watch him till when he gets big, Watch the consequences of what happens. Because in life, you need to make sure you play the tape all the way through to the end. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do something, play that tape all the way out and determine where it's gonna go. And that's how you navigate. So if I get into an altercation, if I get into a beef with somebody and I'm ready to escalate it and make it to an altercation, play that tape all the way out. What happens after that? You know what I mean? I need to be thinking, I need to be able to play that tape all the way forward. I need to be able to fast forward that tape and see what happens at the end of that in order to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? So I don't do something that I end up regretting because, we both like the same girl or something. You know what I mean? Like, how silly is that? How many dudes is in jail for the rest of their life because they like the same girl as somebody else?
Yeah, Tony says she agree with you, Malcolm. Definitely not real life. I agree with that.
And how many people, made over a decision? How many people would tell you that they got life in jail or 15 years or something like that in jail because they made a decision in a moment and didn't play the tape all the way out? So I just, a lot of people don't do that.
But you. Can I add?
Nadir has something before you start. Nadir says, why do people feel the need to use social media to defend themselves? Good question. I feel like people will defend their social media lifestyle. So is it real life?
Go ahead, Monica.
That's
I
a good one.
you want to answer that question.
That's your
Go
daughter,
ahead,
man. That's your
Go
daughter.
ahead, Monica. I'll let you go.
No, I wanted to piggyback off of Brother Malcolm, and I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, Malcolm, because you were definitely going somewhere, and I'm rocking with you.
Hey, hold on. Before we do you want to answer Nadir's question, or
I do, but I want Brother Malcolm to finish his statement because I think that will transition into.
All right, go ahead, Malcolm. Sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
I was pretty much done. I was just saying that I think that you want to make a life-changing decision in a moment over a feeling. You know what I mean? Do you really want to do that? And that's something that you got to ask yourself. That's something that a lot of people fail to ask themselves in that moment. And trust me when I say these kids, whoever that went on these, I don't even call them kids. They mid-20s, they adults. You know what I mean? So they understand consequences. You know what I mean? And they're gonna face some consequences coming up here. And I just hope that I don't think that they're ready for to face those consequences, but they're gonna face them.
And pretty much what Malcolm said, in the same arena, addressed what Nadira just asked. Why do people feel the need to use social media to defend themselves, or not even to defend themselves, just to fucking have a voice? It's another form of communication. It's another. Go ahead.
No, I wasn't saying nothing.
Yeah, it's another form of communication. You got some people that'll say, why not? It was created for us to communicate with other people. So you got some individuals, they used to that fast-paced living. You know what I'm saying? You don't answer the phone, you don't answer a text, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to go to your social media page the minute you wake up and open up your eyes before you thank the Lord or Allah or Jehovah or whoever you pray to, you're going to grab that phone. Even if you have the alarm set on that phone, you're going to grab that phone. You may turn the alarm off. You're going to go right to social media. You see something and right away the distraction is there, and if you posted something or if you said something and it ticked the nerve, you're going to respond to it, So some people are not looking at it as being controversial. Some people are not looking at it as them defending themselves. Some people are looking at it as a conversation piece. And just saying to them is no different than you talking on a phone. Whether you agree to disagree, or you get into an argument, it's still a form of communication. Who makes it bad? Who looks at it wrong? I don't look at it wrong. You may look at it wrong, but I don't look at it wrong. And the conversation goes on and on and on.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. Yeah. In the lack of consequences in that though, because 3 months from now, no one is going to remember who these people are. Nobody will care who these people are. But guess what? That girl, whoever, it was the one that had the fatal blow, or if they decide to charge all the people or whatever happens, when it's time to face the consequences, they're not going to be able to get on social media and talk about it because nobody's going to even know who they are. Nobody's going to remember. On to the next thing.
Bro, they pray that they ain't Texas because they all get the chair, get the needle with law parties.
Well, I think it happened in Mexico. Is that right?
Yeah, it happened in Mexico. It happened in Cancun.
Yeah, so they'll face the charges in Mexico. But what I'm saying is, no one's going to remember.
Nobody will go to jail in Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what I mean. But that's what I'm saying. They're going to wake up one day and they're going to be facing the consequences wherever they happen to be at. You know what I mean, Mexico or United States or whatever. But no one's going to remember who the hell these people are on social media. True. So you make your case on social media is like that's such a temporary. That's such a temporary thing.
Platform.
5 seconds of fame.
Yeah, it's temporary. It's not the life-changing decision they made out there is permanent. You understand what I'm saying?
But it's their 5 seconds of fame.
Right. Going on social media for your 5 seconds and shit is not gonna.
It's they one-hit wonder.
Yeah, and a month from now, people are gonna forget this and they're gonna be on to the next one.
And they're gonna be on to the next one because it keeps occurring. But more importantly, Taz, you got individuals that do shit for clout and notoriety.
Yeah. Yes,
you know what I'm saying? And whether it's looked at and perceived as negative, you got individuals that'll say, I can beat somebody up and they can die from it and I'm only going to get what 10 max. I do 85% of the time. I'm out in 8.5 on good behavior. I'm out in 7 with COVID. I can be out sooner than you. Got individuals that think like that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't remember
Well,
that
if
guy
you're a
that
jail
shot the
person,
dude?
if you're a jail person, yeah, eight years may not be a lot, but to somebody
Yeah,
like me,
it's not a lot.
I'm sorry,
It's not
8 years is a lot.
Yeah, 8 months is a
No,
lot. Shit.
let me tell you, 1 day is
8
a lot.
hours is a
But I'm
lot.
gonna tell
What are you talking about? 8
but let me
minutes.
tell you something.
Not to
Let me
them.
tell you something. I'm gonna keep it a buck though, because some dudes behind them bars are living comfortably.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And if you got your peoples in there,
No
and you
question.
just so happen to get assigned to a prison where
Mhm.
your peoples is at, you good.
No question.
You good. You're gonna be
Right.
taken care of. You got rules to follow, but you're gonna be good.
I'm
So
sorry.
you got individuals. You got these kids are arrogant. They are arrogant. They are disrespectful. They're trying this gentle parenting shit.
So
Not against
obviously
it.
there was a lot wrong there in that situation.
Oh.
Situation, obviously.
Oh my
The
goodness
parenting
gracious.
with everything, yeah.
It sucks though. It sucks that arrogance that came out of these kids' mouth. Oh, I wasn't there. So my plane didn't take off until this time. I didn't land until this time. And when I got there, I was with her the whole time. Meanwhile, your friends is like, no, you weren't. You was right there. You was there. You one go down, y'all all going down. Because you got them individuals that's in that squad that's saying, I'm not taking this L by myself.
Oh yeah.
Word up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know no heavy hitters today, bro. I know heavy hitters from back in the day. I don't know no heavy hitters today, because they telling.
Yeah, it's no more code, man. There's no more people doing a stretch for somebody. It's like every
Not
man
at
for
all.
himself. Self-preservation kicks in right away. It's no.
Word is bond.
I'm gonna do this nickel for my man. And, you go ahead and pursue your dreams, man. I'll be sitting in prison.
But that's different in this situation. Like, I don't think any of them was like
Wait.
10 toes down for like
let me
a
tell you something.
decade with somebody. Like, you
Listen,
know what I'm saying? In those scenarios, like
they're gonna find out what's going on. You know why? Somebody's gonna turn states on them. Somebody ain't gonna want to be wrapped up in that. They're gonna tell the truth. Ain't nobody
Bro,
gonna
they
stay loyal to
already did that. They already started turning. The moment they got on social, the moment that video was leaked, they going right to that individual.
Yep.
They going right to that individual, and they having a conversation with that individual. What was the purpose of you sharing that video? Because if you were sharing it
Clout.
and you didn't help, you're getting charged. If you shared it, you're getting charged. And that's
right?
They all should get charged. My opinion, I think that they all should be behind bars. I think that they all need rehabilitation. I think that they're going to need some mental health treatment. And if they do have to serve time over there in Mexico, I know they're going to know next time. It won't be a next time. It won't, because if you ever been to Cabo and you had to ride past that checkpoint, that shit ain't easy, yo. It ain't. Let me tell you something. I've traveled many of those countries, and I'm telling you right now, it ain't the best experience when people start following you around and shit. So to have to endure that type of treatment when you go to those countries, and then you lose your life over there, and you may have to serve time over there.
Right.
Shit. That ain't the US. You're gonna be begging the embassy to do your time at home. Only thing is, if you get released, you're not gonna be able to go back to that country. Some countries, if you serve your time there, they'll go ahead and allow you to serve your time there. They still may allow you to come back and visit a few years later. Some of them got
may
that.
not do that. Yeah.
Some countries may not do that. Yeah.
I probably won't be coming back there. Anyway,
That's
shit.
Crazy.
That's why
crazy.
Who goes out of town, out of country, acting a fool anyways?
Oh, lots of Americans do, bro.
Really?
Say it again, bro.
Wow.
Say it again, bro.
The arrogance of Americans, bro.
Yeah,
exactly.
Man, look, that alcohol bring everything out of a brother. You heard me.
Word up. Who that we got here?
That's Notes.
What's up, Notes? What's happening, brother?
I've been here for a minute. I've been in the back. You feel me?
All
Don't
right,
worry
brother.
about me.
Yeah, there's a lot of arrogant brothers that travel, and a lot of arrogant people, I should say, Americans, and they under the misinterpretation that the other countries are, you can do what you do in America in these other countries, and let's just say you got a wake up call coming if you push it too far in these other countries.
Yeah.
Because the best jail you're gonna be in is an American jail. That's the best one. That's the best it gets.
Yeah.
That's the best it's gonna get for you.
Yeah.
I didn't see some of them Russian jails. The blue.
I ain't trying to get locked up, bro. I ain't trying to get locked up abroad. I'm sorry, bro. I ain't trying to do it.
Look at Brittany Griner, man. She got sent to a labor camp. They said the food is inedible. They said,
weed, bro.
They breaking her down though. They breaking her down. They breaking her down.
I bet you she won't never do that shit again.
But these dudes here, I see a couple sites that I watch, and I'm kind of stopped. She didn't want to. She kneeled for the, now who's the better country? You on kneeled and stuff during the national anthem and stuff, and you asking people.
Well, that ain't got nothing to do with her.
Like, come on, man. Like, are you really on that shit right now, man? This country allows you to do that. It's
that's what you get for reading social media, bro. You know what I mean? You
I'm just making.
You get what comes with that, you know what I'm saying?
I'm saying that there's people out here that's actually saying that shit. I mean, I think that's bullshit. I'm just saying, like, you're gonna question someone's patriotism. Well, this country allows you to kneel if you want to kneel.
Have you read social media posts before, man?
I mean, I'm saying
it's how it works, man.
There's people with a lot of people, subscribers, man. I'm talking about like in the millions that are pushing that shit, man.
I hear you. I try not to read that shit, the comments, because dude, you're gonna.
I'm not reading into it. I'm just astonished, and I'm just amazed on what they're saying. I'm not. It's like, oh man, yeah, I'm just saying, like, there's people out there with people that millions of subscribers, and they're pushing that to people, and half of them people there are followers anyway. I mean, they are followers, but I'm saying, like, I just can't believe that. That's where we're at with her. It's like, instead of, hey, bring that girl on home. Instead, you're saying, "Oh, you kneel for to start, the national anthem." Like, wow, man, you actually saying that? Well, if your ass was over there, or you didn't agree with something that the country was doing, and you didn't,
well, then it would be different. But
right?
That's not how that works. That's not how social media works. People go put them comments on there, man. I try not to read that shit.
That shit's sickening. I mean, I don't. That's why.
Of course it is.
That's why I take this shit in doses. I mean, I rock with YouTube, but like Facebook, I use that for what I need it for. Advertising music and the podcast and stuff like that. But besides that, I'm not really on.
Dude, I've made comments on posts and gotten like 100 responses to shit that I've said, and I don't even bother reading it because I'm just like, I imagine the type of shit I be called in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I can't read this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll be sitting here all day trying to respond to people calling me all types of names.
Hold on. I get that. I didn't see that. Hold on, I get it. Oh, thanks, Agent Smith. Appreciate that. We got shooters out here.
Oh shit. We got the
Agent Smith, boy. That's my sniper. Shout out to Agent Smith out there.
We got the
thanks for blocking that. All right. Sorry about that. All right.
My bad, fellas.
We go. What's going on? Monica, you there?
I'm here.
Oh. Monica,
I'm here.
You ready for the war, Monica?
Am I ready? What? Am I ready for what?
You ready for the war?
What war? Ain't no war. Ain't no war.
It's a war coming, yo.
It's a war coming.
Tell us, smooth.
It's a war coming. It's a war coming. It's the gender war coming, yo.
Oh shit.
All right.
It's coming.
I'm always here for entertainment pleasures.
Nah, but I mean, seriously though, we're gonna have a gender war, yo. Not me and you. I mean, men and women.
Define war.
It could be a cold war, which is subliminal, or it could be a hot war, which is gonna be a lot worse than subliminal.
I think all the seeds to it have already started, man.
It's already started, right? I think so.
Do we believe that is that across the board, or is that just in?
Oh, it's not gonna happen. It's not color wise. It's let's say Western. Let's say U.S. America.
Yeah. Because
I think the war. Yeah, I think the war has always been in effect. I think that there's certain things that might have been minimalized.
Yeah.
But the war been going, and am I prepared? I have a voice, as long as I have a voice, I'm going to speak it. You know, I'm just grateful to have a platform to speak it. You know, I'm not afraid of being on the front line. I'm not afraid to share my beliefs, and I do what I got to do. I hold it down.
Can I pose this? Let's
Yeah.
think about the stakes. Let's say that there is a gender war.
Mhm.
Women win the gender war, civilization will be over.
Loses.
Damn.
Civilization will end as we know it.
Agreed.
So what I will say is this: men and women have to support one another. Period.
Absolutely.
So I'm not here to jump on a woman's side to say, oh yeah, women need to rule. I'm not here for that. What I can do is share my story and how I was raised and what my beliefs are. And I have a platform to show women how being submissive doesn't mean you're bowing down to your partner. And I think that because they have this harsh definition of what submission means, they turn their nose up to it.
Why would they submit? Why
would they submit to? No. So again, it's different categories that I'm speaking of as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So when it comes down to allowing your man to be a man and you not having to overpower him and take over that role, if you have a man in your corner, there's no reason for you to want to overpower him. Allow him to do what he do and you support him. That's a form of submission. Now, some people will take that and they will run with that. And they will say, oh, Monica, you're belittling yourself. No, that's not how life goes. And granted, I can't talk about how anybody else was raised.
Women will come for you if you
Raise
ever
up.
mention that.
And let me tell you something. I've never backed down from a rodeo. I might be older. I might be older, but my third eye is all wise. You understand? I'm all wise and I'm intelligent. So I'm ready for those conversations. I don't shy away from those conversations. I was raised around and by great women who did great things by their men. In spite of their men not being so great to them when it came to other women. Okay? However, I had women who I was surrounded by who taught me how to navigate in those circumstances. You understand? So I may not have had a man treat me the way I felt I deserved to be treated. Hold on, because we haven't spoken about Monica's life. But what I will tell you is I haven't turned a blind eye to say, fuck man, I'm going to try this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go there. I'm going to tell y'all this. I will always love a man. And I believe my partnership is aligned to a man.
Well, you need a man.
But here's the thing. You got women, like you said, they going to argue that. They going to argue that.
Look at Goldman. So I want to bring this up about Goldman Sachs, right? They have a they have a 1 million Black women initiative, building a more inclusive economy. Grounded in research, Goldman Sachs' 1 million Black women initiative is investing $10 billion over the next decade to help narrow opportunity gaps facing Black women. Now, I just read that, right, from their website. It doesn't mention Black families, right? Doesn't mention anything about Black men, children. This says Black women. Now, keep in mind, this is open. Stuff like this have been going on for a long time, I think, in my opinion. It wasn't open, but nowadays it's open to the point where they just put it right out there. Like, yeah, our initiative is to help Black women, right? So my question is, why would a Black woman submit? Why would you? When in fact you're getting all this from the government.
Where'd you get this from? Where'd you get the information from?
Yeah, can you post the link?
Yep.
Did you get off social media?
Post the link.
I'll do that right now. Nope.
Get off social media?
Nope.
Okay.
Go Google. I got it right.
Well,
here.
said
you can't believe anything
Goldman.
Google tell you, man.
Well, no, he said Goldman
This is
Sachs.
from the Goldman Sachs website.
I'm fucking with him there. I'm fucking with him.
It's from the Goldman Sachs website, bro.
All right, Goldman Sachs.
But I would like the opportunity to read it to be able to thoroughly understand what you're saying and answer that thoroughly. But I can I mean, what you asked, I just answered it, you know, from the perspective of, you know what I'm saying, just high level.
But why would a black woman submit to a man that she feels she's superior to? Now, this is the key initiative that happened to black people.
Hold on, bro. Before you, I apologize for cutting you off.
No, good.
But are they speaking from a business perspective? Are they speaking from like personal lifestyle relationship perspective? Because I didn't read the article. So there's many questions that I have in mind when you say that.
Right.
So when you read the article, were they speaking from a business sense? Because I know you said Goldman Sachs, right?
Mm-hmm.
They really speak about business stuff, right?
Put it in the chat.
Here it goes. Goldman Sachs, 1 million black women commits $10 billion in direct investment capital and $100 million in philanthropic support to help positively impact the lives of black women across several impact areas over the next decade.
Put the article in the chat, both chats. So,
but if you think about it, wouldn't it be another form of trying to divide humans?
Sorry.
Ass, bing, 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 bong.
Yo, it's
bing,
another
bong.
form of trying to divide humans.
Oh yeah, of course.
They're not trying to divide them by race. They trying to divide them by gender now.
Yeah,
I
of course.
think of the welfare shit. I think of that shit.
Well, yeah, there was that.
Reminds
That's what
me
I'm saying. But this is an ongoing process of how do you keep your foot on black men's necks? Okay, well, we can get our women. We can get their women to do it for them. To do it for us, I should say. We can get their women to do it for us.
Yeah, it's another form. It's a form to try to control.
So
separate,
again, why would a black woman submit to a black man that she feels she's better than?
So bro, I just want to say this, and again, I would like time to read the article.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if we're gonna have time to get through this topic or if we can table it for next week, because I definitely think it's a great topic to discuss.
Always come back to this subject.
But because what I'm getting just out of the first paragraph is, you know, them looking to invest in women, educating them, you know, being more you know, forward out there in the communities to educate women. I don't look at it right now as it being you know, trying to educate these women to be more superior over men. I'm looking at it as them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's the byproduct. It's not a direct, like it's never look at the direct action. Always look at the byproduct. The byproduct is, okay, so say for example, like I'll piggyback off of what Brother Malcolm said. This is an initiative to establish black families in business. It doesn't say like, hey, any black family in business, we're giving like 10 billion to. It's black women. So there's a divide you just created.
Right.
You initially created that divide between men and women in the black community. Period. That divide's always been there. And now what you're doing is you're strengthening that divide, because now if you're focusing all this money into black women, by all means, sister, get your bag. But the minute our sisters get that bag, there is an energy that they have or they will have to whereas if a man is not making that exact same bag as me, what do I need him for? And then you put our value in money and not our value in our knowledge, in our protection, in our security, and what we can do for you on a different plane. So now that you've given black women, no, I'm not saying give them money, but you've made them to reach to a height in a plane of financial security on their own, they're going to subconsciously say, well, what do I need a man for when I can make my own money? And that's what you're equating men to as value, is money. No, we're more valuable than money.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you come from a dual parent household or seen the importance of a black dad. Just like jokes aside, look at Bill Cosby. He was a role model growing up until he did what he did, because it was like, that's what a black family could be. That's what a black man in a household could be. I can be that. So now with a program like this, you literally off jump just said, hey, here's a line we're drawing. We're going to give black women more money. Good luck, nigga.
And it's open. That's the thing that kills me. It's open. It's not even, they're not even hiding it.
They're not
even hiding
it. So let me say this, and Taz and Malcolm, I definitely hear where y'all coming from. I want to be able to do the math to this, because I from what y'all are sharing with me, I can rock with that. But let's keep it 100. women were suppressed, period. Women were suppressed, period. Okay. You had women that couldn't go to school and couldn't be educated. And you still have that going on in the world. Because their purpose in life is not to be educated or have a voice. And depending on
2022 woman.
But it's still going on, bro. Come on.
Where?
You know the fight
In the
fight
United
is still
States?
happening.
American black woman is the most educated out of all the races and all the genders.
Bro, I'm not going against you. What I'm telling you is you have towns in the United States where this is still going on. This is still going on. Listen, let me tell you something. When I went to what's the name of that town in Pennsylvania? Because you put me on the spot, and I'm not disagreeing with you. No. This is off of 80. No. This is off of 80. Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. I had to work in Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. And Lock Haven, Pennsylvania is not too far from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Now, I haven't been out there in a few years, and I know a lot has changed because I still keep in contact with some of the people that I hired and I trained out there. But when I tell you, there was a young lady that I met. I'll call her Elizabeth. Her parents took her out of school. Her father took her out of school because he did not want her educated, because he felt as though she could make more money than him and he wouldn't be needed in the house. Now, I only been away from one of the largest Fortune 1500 companies right here in North. I only been away from them since 2014. And I was going to Lock Haven, Pennsylvania to train and hire these people on a weekly basis. This young lady said her father took her out of school because he did not want her educated enough to where she could land a job and make more money than him. And she was white.
Damn.
She was white. Bro, this town, when I was in town and I stayed in a prominent brownstone area in Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, when they knew that I was there, because it's a small town, they spray painted swastikas on what's them poles out there in the street, telephone poles or electric poles. They spray painted when I came out of my brownstone, I had to look at that swastika every day. Nigga, go home.
Yeah.
Because they looked at me as a form of educating their women to just perform at a customer service level.
Yeah, I'm sure there's places in the U.S. Yeah, you know, I give
That's what I'm telling, bro. I lived it. So what I'm saying
backwards
is,
ass places in the U.S. Yeah,
and hold on. Oh. I just want you to understand this. They were primarily white. Mm-hmm. Now, when I was in Williamsport was a different ball game. Men feared women making more money than them, but it wasn't a black and white issue. They just didn't want their women making more money than them.
I don't think that's a fear thing at all. I don't fear women making more money than me. I don't think.
Bro, the Walmart was the place to hang out with after work, bro. I kid you not. And I had prominent conversations with a lot of those men. And
I'm not saying they didn't want women to make more money than them. I'm saying I don't think it was out of fear. I think it was something else.
It's possible. It's possible. But I can only speak on my experience. You know what I'm saying? I can know. And
maybe you took it as fear, but I don't think that's what it was.
Well, there was a couple of them. It did. They made me like I was on a fence, and I'm like, why are you scared? Like additional income would allow y'all to live better.
But there's things that come with that. There's things that come with that.
Things that come. You're right, bro. You're right. You're right. You're right. But that seemed like a real interesting topic, article to read.
Like for instance, I don't like the fact.
I like what you said, and I want to read it so that we can have more conversation around it.
And I don't want to speak for everybody else. All the other men can speak for themselves here, but the majority of salary that women make, men still largely make more than women because we work harder jobs and we work more hours. But largely the money that most women make in 2-parent households goes towards a large percentage of that money goes towards paying somebody else to raise your children. I don't like the idea of that. So the other guys can speak for themselves how they feel about it. I don't like the idea of a stranger raising my children.
No, I stand by that fact. My wife didn't work for 13 years because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I bust my ass every day. If it wasn't for that stroke, I'd still be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I'm saying? I bust my ass every day because my wife, we discussed her raising my children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That I stand by that fact because I don't want nobody else. I ain't even like daycare, bro.
So women
what I'm
making their
saying?
own money is it's nothing bad about that. But you're saying fear when I say that I don't know if that's fear of you personally making more money than me. I'm just looking at things that comes with it. And one of the byproducts that comes with it is just what Taz was saying is some stranger raising our kids together. I don't like the idea of that. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
Huh?
Why?
A stranger raising my kids? Nah, I'm not a fan of that. Everything that comes with somebody strange raising my children.
But in all fairness, though, just playing devil's advocate, Malcolm,
Mm-hmm.
TV raises kids. That's a stranger.
Yeah.
Phone raises these kids. Those are strangers.
They shouldn't have a more dominant impact than
They do. Society has more impact than the household does, man.
At a certain
That's a
age.
fact.
Good
That's
shit.
a fact.
Good shit, bro.
That's a fact, bro.
Shit.
When you
have
leave that door,
if
hit them
you have a
streets.
proper household, proper two parent household, and with the regular morals and I know you have circumstances where you don't have that, but I'm just saying in general where people are working together to raise their kids. You think that
my grandmother was a stay-at-home grandmother.
Uh-huh.
She was from the South, from Alabama. My granddaddy raised me and my 4 uncles and aunts on a tow trucking salary.
Mm-hmm.
I still wound up with a gay uncle who dressed in drag, who used drugs, and pretty much everybody in my family is alcoholics.
Mm.
And she stayed at home and raised us. So no, bro, society has more control over us once we let it, because the thing is, we're so influential. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as much as like the one thing about man, we give into sin. We do not like to be told the right way. And we know in our mind the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we still do the opposite. Period, bro.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, how many times has your mama said, hey, boy, don't go in that street. Don't go in that street. Don't go in that street. And you got hit by a car because you decided your ass could walk across the street.
Yeah, it's your
mama told
100%.
But the society, that's what I'm saying. Like, I agree with you to a degree, Malcolm. But
there's police chiefs that have kids that are drug addicts, and there's drug
exactly, bro.
that have
Society
kids that grow up and become police chiefs. You know,
it's society is like,
right.
So we can say that helps. Like don't get it wrong, it helps a ton.
Yeah,
it gives you a jump start above most people that are.
I would say the percentages bear
single.
that out. Yeah, the percentages bear.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, but we can't say like just because you come from like this kind of like
it's not a guarantee.
Mom stayed at home.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
100%.
I've
seen it so many times, man.
Yeah, but I would say that I would prefer it to have any future kids that I have. In fact, I am going to make that mandatory. Any future children that I have is mandatory that we co-parent and we raise together. You know what I'm saying? And one of us will work. I don't need a woman, frankly, to work in my situation. But if I was to have a woman and we had children, yeah, it would be mandatory that you're going to stay at home and raise the children. And that's just me.
I hear you. What sense of having kids when you can't raise them?
Yeah,
somebody else raising them. What the fuck? Just going through the motions?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Saying you had a kid, you can't. I don't know. But a lot of times, I see a lot of people. You definitely with money, and you might run into a career woman that just she don't need the money, but just dream there's something she wanted to do, and that's not gonna be for you. You're not gonna mess with no career woman that's got a
I'm sorry, bro.
All right, bro.
I'm sorry about that.
What happened?
Nah, how I kept blurbing that in. So the real culprit then is the system. The real culprit is capitalism then.
I think it was a plan to,
because so if our median household income is not enough, so if our median household income is not enough where we both have to work in order to provide childcare to this child or to do the things that we need to do to survive,
mm-hmm.
it's not so much cultural as much as it is a product of economics. Then, you know, I mean,
that's interesting because I mean,
my dad grew up. My dad worked in the plant.
But can you dictate when you have children, or is
that
that dictated to you when you have children? Is that something that's dictated to you, or is that something that you dictate?
No, but what I think he's trying to say though is society and capitalism has made it to the point where the simple necessities in life are overpriced.
If you want to live a certain life,
like if you want to live a certain lifestyle and a certain threshold, you have to have these kind of funds, and the only way you can do it is in a joint fashion.
Let me put it like,
do you? But back to my question.
What percentage of us made $140,000 as a household in 1980?
It was a very low percentage.
Even relative to cost of living and all that.
Yeah.
Probably not very much. Probably not as much as now, right?
Yeah, of course not.
But the cost of things has outpaced the cost of living.
Right.
So it's like what Monica said. What I agree is we got to work together. We both got to work, unless I'm caking off.
But people are having kids later on. We're
that too. I had my son at 34.
Right. A lot of people are having kids a lot later in life when you're more financially stable, which is something you should do. That's why I was saying, do you dictate when you have children, or is it dictated to you? Obviously, we dictate.
Okay, so we agree. I completely believe that having children before you are relatively financial stable is problematic,
and something you have control
over. I teach that at the risk of getting in trouble, whatever trouble is.
Good for you.
I teach that to every young person who I have a relationship with. If you have a child, and I'm not disrespecting nobody's parent or anything like that, but if you have a child, prepare for your life and your priorities to change and be different.
Yeah.
Well, bro, that's a whole topic in a nutshell. That's a whole different topic in a nutshell, because I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was 15 when I got pregnant with my son. And like I told y'all a few shows back, when I got my womanly thing, I was 8 years old. My mother handed me a book. And it wasn't that my mother didn't know about it. Of course she knew about it. You know, she had hers, you know, but
absolutely.
You know, we came from a generation where our parents didn't really speak to us about certain things, or they didn't educate us about certain things.
Imagine how the generation was before them.
Absolutely. So, you know, trying to figure it out, I got caught up.
Yeah,
that's the conversation. That's the conversation, Monica.
Absolutely.
I'm not looking at it from a deficit-based perspective at all, because at the end of the day, there's a certain level of resilience, a certain level of intelligence that occurs because of that. That ends up being an asset for a young woman. I'm gonna be honest, if she uses that, if that happens correctly, and that's with all due respect. But what I will say is, given a choice, you know what I'm saying, given a choice in terms of it's a lot of effects of it, and it's not even the worst part of it's not even the most troublesome issue, or it's not even the most troublesome issue, but it is something that's real, you know.
Oh no, let me say this to you
about that.
Let me say this to you. I spent months in Bangalore, India, where you are chosen, your husband is chosen for you. The marriage date, the person you know, everything down to everything is chosen for you, including the time you get pregnant. A lot of that shit is chosen for you.
Right.
And then I spent a lot of time in Manila, Philippines, where you got a lot of free spirits running around, and you happy and you love somebody and they love you. You go for it and you just do what lovers do. But when it comes down to rational thinking and having those conversations to prepare you for adulthood and real life, how many people have really been prepared for that? Or even we can say that, let's say that we could say parents had conversations with their kids, right? How much did the child really absorb and understand? Were they allowed to ask questions? Did they really understand, you know, the foundation of the conversation? What did they take from the conversation? Did the parent have checkpoint conversations with them to make sure that the information that they conveyed to the child was absorbed? You know, like we can take everything that was just said, we can branch off in that in so many ways, you know,
right.
Yeah, like we can there's so much, like the main topic was there, but we can just continue to add arms to that and just go on from there.
But I think the key point that you hit on, Monica, is the key point that ultimately cripples us all in several stages is the follow-up.
Yeah.
Like, cause in the way you said it, it made me flash back because I had the birds and the bees talk with my mom when I was like 13, right? I too got a book about the birds and the bees, right?
Okay.
And the follow-up was
so good. I don't know
non-existent.
but
Like what hey, what is a follow-up? Like, hey, you know, if I got questions, like, do I ask my mom? Do I ask, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this, that, and the third, like, what, you know, I did this with the girl, like, how does that work? Blah, 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 blah. Like, there is no follow-up, but that is like a microcosm to everything else, right? Even relationships, right? It's like, hey, if we set boundaries with each other, like as a male and a female, hey, did I do this correctly? Hey, am I executing this boundary? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or am I doing this love language? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I read that love and respect and the love languages and things like that. Hey, am I catering to you? Humans suck at follow-up. Period. We have all the gumption to say what we want, but we are abysmal at follow-up. Like, hey, this is like, because either we don't want to hurt the person's feelings, or we're being too critical because we didn't get it in the, you know, they're coming at me saying that it wasn't done in the right time, but like, nigga, that's my love language, and I told you what it was, like, and I want you to love me like how I love you, so that I can reciprocate it, and da 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 da. So it's one thing to say the thing outright. That's cool. That's the first step. That's the most important step. Saying, hey, this is how I feel. The follow-up is where you actually get the goddamn results that nobody wants to do. Nobody wants to do follow-up.
Ain't that something?
I agree with that.
I definitely agree with that, Fields. And again, checkpoint conversations are so important. You said you learned about the birds and the bees at 13. We called it the Oochie Coochie. You know, dudes look forward to freak. What was it? Run, catch, feel.
How to go get it, yo.
You know.
Yeah.
You ever heard this? You know, you hear a lot of old timers, especially the couple generations before us. They didn't need to tell their kids about that because they weren't supposed to be having sex for marriage any damn way. So you wasn't.
But I mean, you have sex to have grandkids, and if you want me to have grandkids, by the time I get old enough, but at least need to learn the fundamentals.
They were oblivious and naive to what we was doing out there. You know, as we all know, when we were kids, I was very inquisitive and wanted to learn. You know, I was dry humping at 5. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. How did I know to dry hump? I ain't never watched nobody humping.
Out here hunching at 5.
I'm saying real shit. I was dry humping, man, at 5 years old, and I'm like, I think about that going back. I'm 5 years old. I've never watched anyone have sex. Why am I dry humping? Because it's a human behavior. It's kind of you inherit that shit, man. It's like in you know. I was humping away too, boy. I was making denim catch on fire, bro.
hey, if Tony Baker did a video of wide body when he was little, you go get these.
But I'm saying, I don't know if but it's crazy though. But you know, I didn't ever got that birds and the bees thing.
Hey, I remember a girl showing herself up under the table in school. I might have been in elementary. She said, look up under the desk. I looked up under there and it was pink. I said, oh my God, what is that? Because I wasn't the only kid that looked up under the table. You feel me?
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You want to know something? Notes? I experienced that too. And I'm going to tell you something. I got my daughter on here, so I'm going to be respectful. We could save something for the after show, but I'm going to keep it a buck. I looked under the table too, dog, and I was like, what the fuck? I look because you look like shit. If somebody was doing something, you see that going on. You like what? Whatever it is.
I'm saying that. Wait, but the reason why I said that is because she was a real dark-skinned woman or child. So you feel me?
Hey, so Nose is like,
let me put my sign up. Oh Lord Jesus.
Nose is like, how's it big with its chocolate?
Yeah, why I'm like, wow, that's different.
My sign up.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's being transparent, ain't it? Oh,
medium well roast beef.
Hey.
I got to save that for the after show, baby.
Join us for Talk That Stuff After Hours.
Hey.
With Mr. Nasty Man come out.
Hey, we're gonna have to put that on Patreon. We're gonna have to get that bread. You heard?
People will watch the Patreon.
You
Y'all can go ahead and talk about it. I just can't share my experience. My daughter be like, Mom, what? No,
Mr. Nasty Man.
I'm here for it, baby.
Hey.
Look, we all got stories to tell, man. It ain't, you know, geez.
Well, guys, unfortunately, is the time we gotta go. Now I have to say goodbye to all my Negro friends.
What the fuck?
Everything I learned from the streets. Oh, let me stop.
Okay.
Thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Definitely the chat. The chat was on fire. The panel as well. We'll get on out of here. Once again, Talk That Stuff every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 for the pre-show. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Check us out here every Sunday for Talk That Stuff. Once again, I'd like to thank the panel. Thank you so much for the panel. Monica, Simi Hustle, RTO, Ricks, Notes, Tazuno, DJ Wabadi, Ortez Fields, Roger Wallace. In the chat, man, happy birthday to Latoya Thompson. Nadira, thank you so much for tuning in. Kyra as well. Naya, Mom. There's a few I forgot. Michelle Nobles, Joey Blessed, AS, Agent Smith, Ariana Mandeville. Thank y'all. Deneen White. Man. Thank y'all so much. Let's peace on 3. 1, 2, 3. Peace.
Book.